fucking gun!
The verdict in the murder case of Yusef Hawkins is in. Less than 12 minutes ago, the judge read the verdict. All the young men were found innocent of the more serious felony charges of assault, riot, aggravated assault, conspiracy, and murder.
I watched the young man accused of murdering Yusef Hawkins just walk away. There were dozens of witnesses and no justice. I've been a lawyer for the last 40 years, and I've seen the same scenario play out over and over, and I've seen what it's done to my people.
Brooklyn courthouse. Now, the way it was explained to me was that riot and unlawful imprisonment carry a prison term.
But there was a time when it was worse. Like God had left me and abandoned me in a steel drum on the bottom of a cold, dark ocean. This is the story of my escape from that drum, of my 30-year swim to the surface of that ocean.
I'm late.
Hey, John, you know what I'm gonna do if you keep leaning on that horn? Morning, Miss Poe.
Good morning, Charles.
Hey.
Don't play with it. Your uncle's waiting in the car.
I'm too tired to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw up.
That's fine. I don't care what you do as long as you eat the food first.
Mama? I need the money for the art class. It's $5. I need it today or I can't sign up. Please?
I don't know why I got to drive these kids to day camp.
Because you're their godfather. That's what godfathers do.
Ooh, that's it. Godfather really means bus driver.
Hey, who helped pay for this car?
Oh, that's the way it works. So if you had helped me buy a house, I would have had to have them kids living with me. So I don't think so.
Hey, John, I appreciate it. Just a couple more weeks of putting in extra hours. The captain keeps telling me they might do it. I'd be the first Negro sergeant in the New York City Police Department. Here comes my ride. I'll see you later.
All right. Have a good one.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, Charlie. Let's go. Charlie, wait a minute. Your lunch, one for your Uncle John. Charlie, this is between you and me. If your father finds out, we got hell to pay.
Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome, baby.
You want me to drive you to work?
No, you're too late as it is. I'll take the train.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
See you later.
Bye.
Mr. Williams, I can pay you well, but you have got to get my son out of jail.
I'm in a hurry.
And they say you can get anybody out of jail.
Who are those people?
4th of July residue, fireworks. The kids have been in jail since yesterday. The court's called us. We're scheduled our dates because Judge Eaton's in the hospital. Mr. Mosley came by. He needs his rent.
Try to get them to make an appointment. Now, did Harris call back? Are you serious? Do I look all right? I got my own suit on.
You look fine.
Okay. Mr. Harris. How are you, sir? Look, Mr. Harris, I know the amount of real estate you own, and I know you don't think that a one-man operation can handle all of those contracts, but I can. I never intended to do criminal law. That's not why I got into this.
Oh, really?
No. Corporate litigation, contracts, and real estate law. Let's face it, Mr. Harris, I'm in this for the prestige as much as... I had to do the criminal cases to get my practice started.
You don't like criminal law?
No, there's no money in it. And it means that most of the people I represent are, well, criminals. And I don't intend on spending the rest of my life around those types of people.
What do you intend on doing?
I would like to be a full-service law firm for your company.
I'm not here for that.
No?
I'm here because my son was lighting off firecrackers in Marble Hill Park, and the police had him locked up all of yesterday. I hear you're the best. You're the best at criminal law. I want my son home tonight. Can you do that?
Yes, I can.
Good. Good.
Blessed, O Lord, for these thy gifts which we are about to receive from thy bounty through Christ our Lord. Amen. And David, I said use your knife, not your fingers. Carol, where's Charlie?
Charlie's not home yet?
I have no idea.
Thank you. Where was he?
Where was he, Carol?
I have no idea, Charles.
Well, what kind of family dinner is this? You know, my oldest son is not here. Carol, come over here and sit down, please.
Nothing's perfect, big brother.
Well, then it should be.
Maybe. Next Sunday we can have Eddie back up for dinner. It's just a suggestion, Charles. Carol, this food is delicious.
Carl, you had better not given him money for that painting class, because he's not going there. He's taking the police exam.
Charles, I didn't give him anything. Where's the salt? Where is the salt?
Yeah, what's so funny, huh?
You stopped mowing her butt.
Yes, I did. And if you don't want me to do the same thing to you, you better not use your fingers to push those peas around your plate. You remind me of your Uncle John with his terrible table manners.
What are you talking about? Terrible table manners. Mm-hmm. I got good manners. At least I say food for somebody.
Well, if you had some food, you wouldn't be around here every day.
That's true.
Not right. That's not true. I got plenty of food at home.
Hungry John.
Well, at least I wash my shirt.
Oh, I wash his shirts.
That's right. And if you had a woman to wash your shirts, you wouldn't be bringing your dirty drawers around here. It's good.
Hey, honey, leave that on. I'm watching that.
That game has been over.
Hey, John made a mess.
Yeah, I see.
Who wanted him?
Hello? Oh, hold on a second, please. Charles.
Hmm?
Captain McCulley.
Oh, he's gonna ask me to come in.
Do a midnight to 8. You watch.
Well, tell him you're sick.
You know that's the last thing I'd do. Captain McCulley? Yes, sir. What? What? Are you sure?
What's going on, Charles?
Well, where is he now? Look, Captain, keep them off my son. I know what they do, Captain. Look, keep them off him.
What happened to Charlie?
No. It's a mistake. It's a mistake. That is not my boy.
I'm coming down there right now.
What's going on? Where's Charlie?
They arrested him. He's at the 74th precinct.
For what?
Arrested him for what?
They said Captain McCulley said that he killed a boy.
What?
A boy? What boy?
White boy.
Oh my God, Charlie. What is that?
Step on it, just going by. We'll go in on 237 through the back.
Charles, sorry about this.
Where is he?
Let me tell you, nobody here touched him. He looks pretty bad.
Where is my son, Mikey?
He's in here.
Yes, sir.
He killed an Irish boy, Charles.
There must be some kind of problem, sir. My boy would never do that.
There are men here who wanted to give your boy to the group outside. The only reason he's still alive is because you're a cop, and half the men in here are Italian.
Thank you, sir.
Talking here. Hey, you answer me when I'm talking to you. What are you talking?
All right, let's give Charles a moment with his son.
Sure.
Anthony Gray, I agreed to represent your son.
I'm John Williams. I've seen you in criminal court.
Yes, I've seen you there as well. You're a lawyer.
What happened here, boy? I said, what happened here?
Dad, please. Please donate.
Stop crying.
Maybe I could explain.
Stop crying now.
Mr. Williams, it seems that Charlie has killed another boy.
No, that can't be right. Charlie's not that kind of boy. He does good in school. He's a quiet kid. His father is a cop.
Well, what happened here is pretty clear. And Charlie does admit to trying to rob the young man.
Did you try to rob somebody? I asked you a question. Did you rob this boy?
Charles, Cat wants to see you.
Robbed him.
What? Look at me, Charlie. Look at me. From now on, I don't want to hear you say that, all right? You keep saying that, you're going to get yourself killed. They've got a death penalty in this state. Do you hear me?
Mr. Williams.
Do you hear me? Yes.
Before they called me in here, he told them what had happened. He did try to rob the boy. He also told them he killed him.
Who heard? How many cops?
Mr. Williams.
How many cops are in the room? And you said that, Charlie.
Mr. Williams, he confessed. That's the reason they brought me in here.
Well, why the hell didn't you stop him?
He had already told them so much already. And I thought since his father was a police officer, the best tact I could take would be to give them a confession. Their case was open and shut already.
Are you telling me that Charlie signed a written confession?
I was trying to save his life.
You're not working for Charlie. You're working for them.
Mr. Williams, I want you out of here. Get this man out of here.
John. Did they pay you off? Did they pay you off? That man just signed your son's life away, Charles.
I know. Stop it.
Charlie, why did you sign that?
Because I did it.
He couldn't have done this, Carol. There's no way. Charlie's a good kid. Don't worry about anything. Just trust me. Everything will be okay.
It's not okay.
Oh, no, wait for a second. Wait a second now. I just came by to help out now. John, talk to him.
What do you want me to say, Eddie?
I told you to
Please.
never come back in my house again.
Talk!
Get out!
Get off!
Get out!
Stop it, man!
Don't man me. Take that jive-ass bullshit back down to Greenwich Village.
I apologize!
You know how long it took me to be a cop? And you brought reefer into my house? You stay out of my house, stay off my block, stay out of the goddamn Bronx. Come on, Carol, John, and shut the door.
You with him, John? You gonna divorce me too?
Go home, Eddie.
Go home? You sure know how to follow your big brother, don't you? I thought you guys were supposed to look out for me. Big deal. So what, he Uncle Tom'd his way onto the police force. Fuck him. No white man respects him, no colored man respects him, John.
I respect him.
Yeah. Well, everything was always real cool with you, bro. You just got your head up your ass. How's Charlie doing, John?
He's in a lot of trouble, Eddie.
Just call me. You know I'm here.
Sent him away.
I didn't send him anywhere. Did Carol call?
There was nobody here with her.
Look, here are my car keys. You have your office key?
Yeah?
Good. I want you to drive to the office.
Picked it up on my way over.
Thank you. Gotta find a lawyer.
Yeah?
Yes, there's a signed confession. No, I can't talk to you in the morning, David. It'll be a high-profile case, yes. Right. It's my brother. It's my family. I'm asking you a favor. Yes, I know this won't make you very popular. Did you become a lawyer to become popular to defend the law? I can't get a white lawyer. None of the white lawyers I know will take it. They can afford to pay you a little. No, they can't afford that. Bobby, just think about it. Just consider it. Please. I understand. Cross them off the list. I think I should take Charlie's case. I'm the best he's gonna get.
No.
Just hear me out.
We'll find somebody else to take it.
Charles, the truth is nobody's gonna want to take a case where a Negro boy killed a white boy.
She talks back to you in the office like this.
Not to mention the fact that Charlie signed a confession
Shut up, Anna. This isn't your family.
She's telling you the truth, Charles.
Women don't talk to me like that in my house.
I'm going home.
Good.
There's no choice here.
There's always another choice, John.
Not here. There's no choice here.
Can you promise me he won't die? Can you? Can you? Because if my son dies, I will hate the man that lets that happen every day of my life. Are you ready for that? What happened here? I mean, Charlie could have gone to college. You're a lawyer. I could have been the first Negro sergeant in the Bronx. You know, Mama and Daddy, saw that we clawed our way up when nobody else could. What the hell happened here?
I don't know.
John. Save him.
You're in the park, looking to rob somebody. Go ahead, Charlie. Tell it to me.
I saw that boy, and I saw his shoes and his shirt. I thought he had money.
What do you need money for?
I just wanted it, that's all. So I went after him. I didn't mean to kill him.
Really? Pat Sullivan was with 6 other boys that night. Why would he rob 7 white boys?
I only saw him. I didn't see the others.
You didn't even have a weapon.
I had a knife.
Where is it now? The police never found it.
Must be in the park.
Since you didn't have a weapon, you strangled him to death.
Yeah.
Do you know how long that takes?
About 4 minutes.
Look here, Charlie Williams. You know me as Uncle John, and you may think you can pull some bull over me, but this ain't your Uncle John standing in front of you. This is your attorney, and I know you're lying.
So what happened?
No, it's not. It doesn't make any sense. Why are you lying? You're a good kid.
Maybe I'm not. You ever think about that, Uncle John?
Your mom's a chump. Your mom's a fat chump. How about that?
Hey, check out the spook over there.
What's this nigga doing in our neighborhood, huh?
What do you want?
My name is John Williams. I'm an attorney. I represent Charlie Williams. I'd like to speak with your son.
No, he's not speaking to you.
Charlie is my nephew. I don't think he killed Pat Sullivan. Charlie's a good boy.
Pat Sullivan was a good boy, too.
And all I want to do is talk with him. Just let me speak with him for 5 minutes. Please.
Your only chance of not getting your ass handed to you, Mr. Williams, is to leave me alone right now, before I call my brother. My son doesn't want to speak with any nigger lawyer. Mr. Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope that they fry your boy. And I hope he doesn't die right away when they do it.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Dolman?
Yeah.
I just want to ask you a couple of questions about the night Pat Sullivan died.
You the lawyer for the color kid?
Yes. What happened that night?
The police asked me a million questions already.
I know. I think something else was going on that night. Can I help you? Yes. I'm the uncle of the boy accused of killing Pat Sullivan. I just wanted to ask your son a couple of questions.
You want to speak to this man? I'm sorry my son doesn't want to talk to you unless there's anything else I can help you with.
I just want to know what happened.
No, you don't.
What are you saying?
Look, I'm sorry. I really am. Just let it go.
Well, wait a minute. Just... Bobby!
Then I had maybe I could big salad. Oh, Mr. Williams, I paid you good money. I would appreciate it if you would answer my phone call.
I'm sorry, sir. Just give me 1 second. 1 second.
Where have you been?
Just give me 2 seconds, Anna. Thank you very much. Anna, what the hell is this on my desk?
Police reports. They already put together preliminary witness lists. Witness statements, 13 copies of Charlie's confession. You know who's prosecuting this case?
Who?
Minor.
Mr. Williams, I'm tired of waiting, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah. And I can't do it. I'm gonna lose my practice. I can't keep it. It's the only case I can handle.
I understand. Listen, I want to stay on and help you as much as I can. I'll work at my father's part-time.
Anna, I'm really scared. If he dies, I'll die.
Then you gotta find that belief, John Williams. That may be all you have right now. That and me. And I'll be here every day after 3. Before 3 if you need it.
Thank you, Anna. But we're gonna need a lot more help than that. I went here about 6 years ago. I've been a defense attorney for the past year with my own practice. And before that, I was with Brown and Abrams. I would like to offer you the chance to work for me part-time on a very exciting case. Now, I can't pay you anything, but it is a capital case. And that's very exciting. Right? I mean, that's what every young law student wants. Right? Right?
I wanted, but I just don't you back.
Come on.
Hey, Mr.
There he is.
Yeah, I know. Put this in.
I got it.
It's Legend Timothy O'Brien.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
And Bill, nice to thank you.
Rose Walker.
Rose, nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Frankie Lorenzo.
People. We've got 2 weeks before the first hearing. What we need are eyewitnesses. The prosecution's got them. We need them to counter.
But Mr. Williams, you said most of those boys aren't talking.
Doesn't mean we stop asking.
What about character witnesses?
We got 3 of Charlie's teachers from school, his dad, and a couple of neighbors.
Character witnesses don't amount to anything, especially if they're colored.
Afro-American.
Excuse me?
The proper term is Afro-American.
Miss Walker, why don't you leave right now? Go down to Arkansas and help them little colored children integrate that school down there, because I ain't got time for this political nonsense. The trial is right around the corner. All right, people, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But we need something else besides a lot of Afro-American character witnesses. This is a Negro boy accused of killing a white boy. That means Charlie is guilty till proven innocent.
Okay, let me get this straight. The witnesses won't talk to us. The cops won't talk to us. Our own defendant just corroborates everything they say. What do you want us to do, Mr. Williams?
Tell you what I want you to do. Where did this all start? Come on, people, come on. Where did this all start?
Van Cortlandt Park?
Then we go back to the park. Miss Walker, would you like to work on Brown versus the Board of Education? Or the People versus Charlie Williams, Jr.?
Well, so Brown versus the Board of Education is a significant case, but I would very much like to save your nephew.
Van Cortlandt Park is yours.
Okay.
I need somebody who saw what happened that night.
Okay, she's 82, but she said she saw it that night. Right. Took me 15 minutes to get her to open the door. But wait till you see this. Mrs. Barry. Hi, Mrs. Barry. Remember me? This is Mr. Williams. He's representing Charlie Williams.
Nice to meet you.
What did you see that night?
It was down there near the bandstand.
About what time?
Roughly 10:45. He was skinny. Tall, but skinny. And he was running.
What did I tell you, Mr. Williams?
Why was he running?
'Cause they were chasing him.
Anna, now I know I don't have
I'm
to
getting
ask.
it down. Just keep going, Mrs. Barry.
Who was chasing him?
They were all white, about 7 of them.
What happened?
Well, they caught up with him down the path, and they beat him.
And next?
And he finally broke loose from them, and he ran.
Which way?
Uptown, up toward Yonkers.
What was the boy wearing?
He was wearing a powder blue shirt with long sleeves.
I might have misled you, Mrs. Barry. I meant the Negro boy. What color was his shirt?
Like I said, powder blue with long sleeves. Well, don't act like I'm crazy. The shirt was powder blue. I've got a good mind. I'm the one that saved the damn boy.
What are you talking about?
I'm the one that called the police.
Call the police?
Shouldn't that have been in the police report?
Would you be willing to testify to tell the court exactly what you just told us?
Sure as I'm standing here.
Excuse me, sir, but if we put her on the stand, aren't we taking a big chance if the prosecution asks the shirt question?
Right now, she's all we've got.
Back over it again. You were in the park, you had a knife. Tell me this nonsense again.
I saw him, and I put the knife on him. Then his friends showed up, and they chased me.
So when did you strangle him? After his 6 friends were standing there?
No, before.
Before when? It doesn't make any sense, Charlie. What were you doing in the park in the first place?
Looking to rob somebody.
You do that often, Charlie Williams? Hang out in the park at night looking to rob somebody? Huh? Start again. Tell me this story again. I don't care about your tears, son. Just your story.
John.
Start again. I was in the park. Go ahead.
John, that's enough.
It's not going to save you, son. This is between you and me.
John, stop.
Relax, Charles. Tell me to lie again, Charlie. I'm not backing down. What happened that night?
John, stop it!
Talk. Tell me what happened. Stop crying and
Said
talk.
that's enough. It's over.
If that's what happened, then you better start thinking of something to make up, because we're not going to trial with that.
Take care of yourself, son.
Yes, sir.
Did you change your shirt that night after you were arrested?
No.
What color was your shirt?
It was red.
Your Honor, my second motion to suppress the confession is based on a violation of the 14th Amendment, which states that Charlie Williams is entitled to due process, which means a fair process. How can it be a fair process when Mr. Gray was working for the police? That confession was coerced by Mr. Gray and the police, possibly using brutality. I move this photo of Charlie Williams into evidence, and most certainly using deceit. Because of this flagrant violation of my client's constitutional rights, you must not allow this confession to be admissible. And for the court's information, I'm bringing Mr. Gray's action to the New York State Bar.
If Charlie Williams' rights were violated that night, I'd be the first one to say that his confession should not be admissible in this trial. But I ask Counselor Williams and the court one simple question. Where is the evidence that Mr. Gray was involved in this fantastic conspiracy with the police? Where is the evidence, gentlemen?
You didn't think it prudent to consult Charlie's parents before letting Charlie sign the confession?
Mr. Williams was 18, a man in the eyes of the law. I wouldn't call your parents if you were arrested.
You wouldn't be my lawyer if I was arrested.
Objection, Your Honor. Move to strike.
Sustained. I didn't ask you if it was legal. I asked you if it was prudent given his age.
I consider my actions prudent.
Well, then is it prudent for an attorney, seeing that his client has been severely beaten, to assume that his client's confession came of free will? Or should a prudent attorney stop and consider the confession coerced?
The boy was sure of himself. He didn't indicate that they beat him.
If the defense could have shown evidence that there was collusion between Mr. Gray and the police, I would have ruled the confession inadmissible. As to the photo, you've shown that your client was beaten. What you failed to show was that he was specifically beaten by the police. The signed confession will be admissible in the trial.
Your Honor, I would like to move for a continuance. I am having an incredibly difficult time getting key witnesses to speak with me. Your Honor, I would...
If they haven't come forward by now, I don't see why this court would believe that they're going to. Motion denied. Trial will go forth the 29th of this month.
Thanks, Carol.
You're welcome.
Where's Charles?
Oh, he's doing that midnight to 8. Be back in the morning. Did Anna leave?
She did.
Hmm.
You were here and good.
You ever think of asking her out?
No. She's a friend.
Hmm. But you need a wife.
What I need is a continuance. think Anna and I make a good couple?
Oh, I do, John.
So do I. She's beautiful, isn't she?
Oh, she is.
Half the time I think she'd make a better lawyer than I would.
Really? That is so nice to hear, John.
Well, I think I can go to sleep now.
You knew she was back there, didn't you?
Oh, well, you know.
I knew it too. I knew it too. I was just making it up. I didn't mean any of it. I didn't.
It's fine. We're good.
Frank!
Counselor.
How are you?
Very well. Good luck today.
Thank you. Thank you. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Absolutely.
Excuse me. You really don't want to try this case, Frank. Why don't you make me an offer? Save the taxpayers some money.
John, why do you think I haven't called you?
Fine. You got a case. Make me an offer.
I think that this case requires the full enactment of the law.
So what are you saying? A life sentence? Is that an offer? Life? Talk to me, Frank. Is that an offer?
No, John, it isn't.
Even if you win, you're not going to get the death penalty. He's my nephew. I'm the boy's godfather.
Personally, John, I do apologize. And I feel very badly for you. But part of the law is giving the public a sense of retribution. They want him punished. They want the full enactment of the law. They want electrocution, John. I'm sorry.
Please, Frank, as a favor, please, make me an offer. Life sentence, no parole. Please.
I can't, John. I can't.
Oh, it is? We're going to find her soon. Excuse me. Yes.
How do I look?
You look fine.
You know this is your suit, right?
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Mama took it in.
You look like a real man.
I am.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Edward Acker.
Is the prosecution ready to begin?
We are, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready?
Your Honor, we regret to ask the court, to beg the court, to accept a motion for continuance. There is still much evidence to be discovered that would aid in the defense of my client.
There's always more evidence. It's been nearly 3 months. That should be enough. Motion for a continuance denied.
Not in this case. I need more time, especially since this is a capital case.
We will begin, Counselor. Let's begin the voir dire.
Charles Williams, Jr. Saw a young man in the park that night, alone. He saw an opportunity to rob somebody. And how I wish we were here trying Charles Williams for robbery today, but that is not why we're here. We're here because Pat Sullivan didn't let Charles Williams rob him, and so Charles Williams killed him. He killed him. And I will tell you right now, the defense will not put one witness on that stand to tell you otherwise. Gentlemen, I'm going to put 6 people on that stand who were eyewitnesses to this crime. That would be enough for you. But we're going to give you more. We're going to give you a confession signed by Charles Williams, Jr. This is going to be very simple for you. And I thank you for your time.
Gentlemen, This case will be far from easy. But that's the way it should be, because this is a capital case. This case is not simply about 7 boys seeing one boy murder another, no. What I will show you is that there's not only reasonable doubt about what happened that night in the park, there's huge truckloads of doubt. Gaps in logic, gaps in sense. What he will tell you will not make sense. And if there is no sense, there is doubt. And if there is reasonable doubt, you cannot convict Charlie Williams. I would just like to drop one thought in your heads to consider. Just one. 7 white teenagers in the park at night. 1 Negro teenager in the park at night. Now, assuming that my client does not have a death wish, who do you think was robbing who?
I was going to meet Pat that night in Van Cortlandt Park.
And what did you see when you got there?
I saw this Negro kid on top of him. So I ran over there and I pushed the kid off.
And do you see that Negro boy in the room today?
Objection. There's only one Negro boy in the courtroom, Your Honor.
So my witness can't identify him for the jury? Perhaps Mr. Williams would like to get a handful of Negro boys and scatter them throughout the gallery.
Overruled.
Could you point to the boy you saw on top of Pat Sullivan?
Yes, sir. Right there.
Let the record indicate that Mr. Hagen has identified Charles Williams, Jr. What happened then?
We held the kid till the cops came.
And did you see Pat?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Pat. I walked over to him. I could tell he was dead.
Thank you. Did you or anybody else ever hit this Negro boy you saw that night?
No.
You ever chase him?
No.
Any of the boys there ever chase him?
No.
Did the Negro boy have a weapon?
No.
Isn't it odd that this Negro boy robbed Pat Sullivan with no weapon?
Objection. Calls for speculation.
Your Honor, I'm trying to show that there was no robbery that night. This witness is here not merely to identify my client, but to tell us what happened that night.
I'll allow it. I'd like to hear the answer.
I'll repeat the question. Would anyone rob Pat Sullivan with no weapon? Does that make sense? Yes or no?
No. No, it don't make no sense.
Thank you.
It was him, the Negro.
He was on top of him.
We never hit him. We never even touched him.
We never chased him. The cops got there quick.
Thank you. Bobby.
I told the police everything I know.
What did you mean? I wouldn't want to know.
I didn't mean anything.
Bobby, Bobby, you're lying. You don't have to take the stand. Just get me going in the right direction. Bobby! Bobby!
Stay the fuck out of the neighborhood.
All right.
And stay the fuck away from Bobby Dorman.
I know you guys. You guys are cops.
I ain't a fucking cop. Turn your head away.
All right.
Don't fucking
All right.
look at me.
All right.
Let's get out of here.
my brother.
Maybe that's why they didn't hurt me.
You want me to get you a gun?
No. I'll just stick close to you, big brother.
We asked him if he wanted to tell us what happened, and he started talking. He confessed to the whole thing. So I asked him if he wanted a lawyer so we can make it official. The kid said that he did.
Is this that statement?
Objection, Your Honor.
We've gone over this, Mr. Williams. The confession will be admitted.
Is this that statement?
Yes, it is.
Please read it to the court.
I was in Van Cortlandt Park. I wanted to rob somebody. And I saw this big kid with brown hair. I wanted to take his money, and he fought me, so I choked him. Some other guys came and pulled me off him. I realize now that I killed him. I didn't mean to.
Thank you, Sergeant.
How big was Pat Sullivan?
I don't know, 5'11", 6 foot, 200 pounds, maybe more.
How big would you say Charlie is? Charlie, stand up. Charlie.
I don't know, probably 145, 150 pounds.
Does it make sense a boy 5'9", 5'10", 150 pounds would rob a kid over 200 pounds?
Objection, Your Honor. Why is Sergeant Sodello answering questions as to motive?
He's a precipient witness of a crime scene, Your Honor. If the physical evidence creates a picture that makes no sense, it's a valid line of questioning.
Overruled. Proceed.
It might not make sense. Who knows why this boy did this? Maybe he was a drug addict. Maybe he was desperate.
Objection! Please, Your Honor.
Strike Mr. Minor's statement from the record. The jury will do its best to forget Mr. Minor ever said that. Proceed.
Does it make sense that such a small boy...
Objection! This is not a boy! He is 18 years old. This is a man.
Sustained.
He is a man.
Does it make sense that such a small man would rob such a large man?
If he had a weapon, it would.
But no weapon was found, yes or no?
No.
No. So does it make sense that such a small man would rob such a large man when no weapon was found?
I don't know,
Oh, answer the question!
Control your temper in my courtroom, Mr. Williams.
I'm sorry.
Remember your place.
I apologize to the court.
Proceed.
No further questions.
You gotta help me.
How?
Why don't you talk to him?
I've tried, John.
Try again. He'll do anything you say. He's scared of you. He's not scared of me.
Yeah. Yeah, he's scared of me. But he won't talk to me. The truth is, John, he's never really spoke to me, and I've never really spoke to him. Yeah, I've got him saying, yes, sir, and no, sir. But we're not close. You think when your son is born, you're going to play ball together, and you'll talk. You think he's going to be your best friend. And you realize it's not going to be like that. So you only hope that he grows up to be a decent man that people can respect.
How you doing, Eddie?
All right. You wait outside. You'll see him after we do.
it's good to see you too. Big brother.
The truth is, you can still lean on him. You can get him to talk. It's in God's hands now. What are you talking about? It's not in God's hands. It's in my hands, and I need your help. I've tried already, John, and you try again.
How you doing, son?
I'm okay. How's it going, Uncle John?
I'm okay. You've been eating?
Yes, sir.
It's good.
How's Mama?
Mom's fine. Mom's fine. She's fine. Yeah, got things to read?
Yes, sir.
Minor has, without a doubt, placed Charlie at the scene. The decision we have to make is whether or not Charlie takes the stand in his own defense.
Hey, Chinese. Oh, hey, give me some. Come on. All right. Give me some ribs.
Forget about the food, people.
Frank!
Get out.
I'm sorry, Mr. Williams.
Get the hell out. I don't want to hear it. Just leave. Forget about it, people. Look at me. Look at me! Do we put him on the stand? Come on, people, think! Charlie's gonna die and you're worried about Chinese food. Do you know what Charlie's eating in prison tonight? Do you know how many days in a row he's been in there alone? Do you know what I wish? I wish you could meet him. Because he's a great kid. I mean, this kid smiles and your heart breaks. If you knew him, you wouldn't be worried about any goddamn...
You said Charlie's gonna die.
No, I'm sorry. I lost my temper. He's not gonna die. Carol, he's not gonna die. Had a bad day. I'm sorry. It's a stupid thing to say.
Your Honor, the prosecution rests.
Is the defense ready?
We are, Your Honor.
Call your first witness. Constable Williams, are you going to participate in this trial?
Yes, I would like to request a recess until after lunch. One second. This is Barry. The young man on trial is my nephew. Now, I need to ask you to do something. I've never asked him. I've never asked anyone to do this before.
What is it?
I need you to lie. If you say Charlie's shirt was blue.
But it was blue.
I don't know why you say his shirt was blue and Charlie and the police say it was red, but that's the situation. If you say blue, then the jury will not consider your testimony to be credible.
Isn't that against the law?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the view from your window?
Objection, Your Honor. It was night when Pat Sullivan was killed. Obviously, this photograph was taken in bright daylight.
Your Honor, I am merely using the photograph as a geographic tool. It is not meant to represent the view from Mrs. Barry's window the night of the crime.
Overruled.
So, this is the view from your apartment?
Yes, for 32 years.
What did you see that night while looking out of your window?
I saw that boy right there being chased through the park.
For the record, Mrs. Barry has identified Charlie Williams, Jr. Who was chasing him, Mrs. Barry?
A bunch of boys.
What color were the boys' skin?
White.
Could you show us on the photograph where the chase took place?
Yes.
Let me help.
I saw them right here.
Mm-hmm.
And they went right around here up to here. Right on up to here.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is the place where Pat Sullivan was killed. And you say they ran this way.
Yes.
So they were chasing him in the direction where Pat Sullivan was killed.
Yes.
So they chased Charlie, and then Pat Sullivan was killed.
I guess.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness is not here to guess.
Your Honor, I withdraw the question. Mrs. Barry, did you call the police that night?
Yes. I was afraid for the boy's life.
No further questions.
So they could have been playing tag. You didn't really know if they were trying to hurt Charlie, now did you, Mrs. Barry?
I've seen children playing. And I've seen Negro boys run for their lives. And I know the difference.
Thank you.
No more questions.
Actually, one more. If you were able to see all of this so well, what was the defendant wearing that night?
He had on tan pants. And a red shirt.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. No more questions.
I was a corporal in the United States Marine Corps. After 4 years, 2 in Korea, I was honorably discharged. I then became a New York City police officer. I've been a police officer for 8 years now.
Would you say you're a strict father?
Yes, I am. When you raise children in this city, I think you have to be strict. There's no room for error.
Is this Charlie Jr.'s?
Yes. It's his police department application. He just finished high school and wanted to join the police force.
Have you ever had any trouble with him?
Never. He always did his chores. Always did very well in school.
He's a good son.
The best a father could ask for.
Is Charlie a murderer?
My son is not that.
Could he do something like this?
Charlie is incapable of doing something like this.
Why?
Because he's my son. I raised him. I know him.
Thank you. No further questions.
No questions, Your Honor.
You were one of the arresting officers the night Charlie was arrested.
Yes.
What happens when you arrest someone?
Well, we explain to them what's going on. We take them down to the precinct to wait for arraignment. Sometimes they make a statement.
You ever see a cop hit a suspect? You're under oath.
Sometimes. If the suspect gets out of hand, yes.
What if somebody runs from the police? Isn't there an unwritten law that if you run from the cops, if you make them work for an arrest, that you get beat?
I heard that.
I'm not suggesting that you would do that, but other cops.
They might.
A Negro kid, would he get hit by the cops?
He might.
Maybe just for being a Negro?
There are cops like that.
Did you hit Charlie that night?
No.
These photos were taken the night Charlie was arrested. Now, you're honestly going to sit there and tell me, Officer Vaccaro, that the police didn't do that to Charlie?
No. No cop would do this.
Oh, come on. You just said that a Negro could get beat up just for being a Negro. Now, you had to hit that boy.
Objection!
You had to hit him.
Counselor Williams! We didn't hit him.
Why? Why didn't you hit him?
Counselor! I knew him. His father was a cop. We wouldn't do that.
I will not permit you to conduct your examination like this.
I apologize to the court. I apologize to the witness.
Proceed.
Of course. The son of a cop. The son of a friend. That makes a lot of sense to me. The police did not hit Charlie, did they?
No.
So how'd he get hit? How did he get hit, Officer Vaccaro? Or more specifically, who hit him? Did you ever consider the fact that Pat Sullivan and his friends hit Charlie, causing those bruises, and that Charlie killed Pat Sullivan in self-defense? Yes or no?
Objection. Calls for speculation.
I did not ask Officer Vaccaro if he thought Charlie killed Pat Sullivan in self-defense. I asked him if he considered it. Not speculation. Either he considered it or he did not. No speculation.
Overruled. Please answer the question.
As one of the investigating officers, did you ever consider the fact that Charlie killed Pat Sullivan in self-defense? Yes or no?
No.
Thank you. No further questions?
Officer Vaccaro, did you ever consider that after Pat was killed, some of the other boys might have understandably gotten a few good licks in on Mr. Williams before the police arrived?
Yes.
Yes. And did you ever consider that Pat inflicted these wounds on Mr. Williams as he was being strangled to death?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did, Officer Vaccaro. Thank you. No further questions.
Yeah, I'll check that.
Hey, John, how you doing, man?
Good.
Wow. Anna, you looking beautiful as always.
Yeah, you're looking kind of skinny there, Eddie.
Aw.
Come on, you getting enough food down there in Greenwich Village?
No. First of all, it's pronounced Greenwich. All right, you gotta get a little dip in your hip when you
Dip
say
my
that.
hip?
Yeah.
He's getting hip now.
I always been hip, girl.
Eddie, I think you better get out of here before Charles comes
Oh,
back.
come on, I can be here, all right? You look good in there, man.
Thanks.
Why don't we get something to
Eddie.
eat, you know?
I don't want to see you here.
I just wanted to show a little support, big brother. Look, I got my own place now. All right? Just call me.
Take the number, Charles.
Come on, Sarge. Call me. If there's anything, just call me. Good to see you, Carol.
Bye.
Bye.
Coming over to the house?
So We got some things to do at the office.
You did good today.
Thank you.
I'll see you later.
Thanks.
You did real good, John. Annie, you too.
Thank you.
Thanks. Talk to you later, Carol.
Good to see you.
Stay back.
Should I meet you at the office, Mr. Williams?
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go down to the police station and get copies of those records I spilled food on.
All right.
All right.
Frank. Thank you.
Welcome. Man, it's hot out there.
It's my G.
Let's get him in the file cabinets. I don't want him to get all over.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
What is it?
This isn't Charlie's file.
What do you mean it isn't Charlie's file?
They're probably just an extra case.
Who the hell is David Mercer? What did you do, Frank? Look in there and see if they gave us Charlie's file. What did you do, Frank? You didn't look at these before you left?
I'm sorry, Mr. Williams.
What were you thinking, son? What were you thinking?
I just forgot to bring the case number.
So you couldn't pick up the damn phone? How stupid are you?
I was scared.
I don't understand. What did you say? You just took any file that they gave you?
No. I knew the date. It was July 5th. I told the court clerk that it was a kid that was killed in Van Cortlandt Park. And he said, oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'll go back.
John.
Yes.
This boy was killed in Van Cortlandt Park on the same night Charlie was arrested. It's right here.
Couldn't it be? We would have found out about it.
July 5th.
Where's he from?
So, John wants to go to Brooklyn, huh?
I don't know it very well.
Well, you need to get out of the Bronx more. You know, there's a whole world out here, bro. I'm glad you called, man.
Don't you tell Charles.
Oh, don't worry. Charles don't call me. I know you and Charles are really caught up in your careers, trying to be somebody. But you've never come down and heard me play. Not once, man. In 4 years. It's a review.
I'd like to speak to someone that knew David Mercer.
I'm his mother. You want to sell me something?
No. This is our nephew. Did David ever mention anything about ever going to the Bronx?
He worked hard. He was an electrician. He had his license and everything. The police said that they don't know what happened. And they haven't done a damn thing in 4 months.
We got to figure this out, Eddie. There's some connection here.
Yeah, there is, John.
I don't know
Just-
what it...
Just come with me.
One second.
One thing
Can you guys help me out a minute? Can you take a look at this picture? Anybody know this kid? Excuse me. Do you know this boy?
John, let's go.
Wait a second. Do you know this kid?
You spoke to my mom, didn't you?
Yes. Are you David Mercer's brother?
Yeah, I'm his brother.
I'm John Williams.
Come on, John, let's get out of here.
Did David know this boy? His name is Charlie Williams.
John, I have to talk
Wait
to
a second, Eddie. Did David know him? Answer me, please.
Yeah, he knew him all right. Come on, John, let's go.
Were they friends?
You should listen to your boy.
Tell me what's going on. You tell me what's going on. I ain't got no time for this.
They were queer, man.
What are you talking about?
They were queer. Now get your fucking hands off me.
What's he talking about?
John, you know what he's talking about.
It's not true.
It is true, John. I recognize the kid from a picture in the house. Charlie brought him to the club a few times to hear me play.
You knew about them?
Yeah. But nobody ever said anything. John, in the village, is different. People just accept things.
They don't in the Bronx. They kill you for things like that.
Sergeant, I need copies of all records dealing with the murder of David Mercer. Autopsy reports, crime scene photos, everything. July 5th is the date.
I think that case has been moved. I'll have to go to the Hall of Records.
This is a subpoena. If I have to come back here with an officer of the court and we find those records, you'll be in contempt. There's been a suppression of evidence. That's a felony charge. What is your name and badge number?
You come with me.
Get your hands off me! Where are you taking me? Let go of me!
Wait. Hold. No, wait.
Don't put me. No. What? Let me out!
John, have a seat. Have a seat, John. Did you know about this? About what? About Charlie and Miss David Mercer. You have to understand one thing, John. My son is not that.
Look, I don't know exactly what happened that night, Charles, but this is gonna have to come out.
I told you that my son is not that.
Charles, did you tell McCully not to let anybody know about the David Mercer murder?
Captain McCully did not think there was a connection between the two cases, and I agreed with him.
But there is a connection. I know how hard this is for you, Charles. I can't believe it myself.
It is simply not true, is what it is.
It is true, Charles. Eddie knew about it. He knew about the boys. He'd seen them together.
Eddie is a drug addict.
So what? What are you saying? That Charlie's a murderer?
He is not that.
Then he's involved with David Mercer.
He is not that either.
Then you better decide which one he is.
My son is neither.
Look, I don't know what you thought. Maybe you thought I could save him without this coming out, but I'm telling you, Charles, I've been doing this long enough to know that it has got to come out.
That is not what my son is. He is not deformed like that.
I don't have time. Now, I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna get that file on David Mercer, and I'm gonna find out what happened that night.
John.
What?
He was going to be a police officer. Don't you understand that? John, I'm begging you, please don't do this. John, please!
I knew David for 9 months. And he never saw our house. He never saw where I lived. And I wanted to show him. I had him walk by the house while I waited on the corner. He said it was a grand place. I never knew anybody who spoke the way he did.
How'd you get to the park?
I walked him down to the train so he could go home. And I wanted to kiss him goodbye. So we went into Van Cortlandt, into the park there. We sat on a bench. We never had any place we could go. We could never be in a room alone. We started doing stuff. You know? I thought it was so beautiful there. With the trees and the stars. And that's when I heard those boys. So we ran.
David was wearing the blue shirt.
Yeah. And that kid, Pat Sullivan, grabbed David. And he started to beat him. And I could tell they were drunk. And they pissed on him. And they put cigarettes out on him. And I kept praying that he was dead. I mean, he was so beautiful. And then I couldn't even recognize him. And then I knew he was dead. Because they all took turns. They all took turns trying to twist his neck to see who could break it. Then they turned me loose so they could chase me. Uncle John, they wanted to chase me like an animal. And all I kept hearing was kill the nigger queer. Kill the nigger queer. And then they let me go. And I ran like I've never ran. And that kid, Pat Sullivan, he caught me. He was big, but he was drunk. And I kept thinking, I'm gonna take one of them with me. And I squeezed his neck with my forearm as hard as I could. And I felt him die. When the rest of them showed up, they had to beat the hell out of me before I let him go. And you know what, Uncle John? I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did it. It's the first time I've seen him since that night.
You're gonna have to tell this on the stand.
No, I won't.
You're gonna have to.
No, I'm telling you here and now. I won't tell what happened that night again.
Why? You're going to die if you don't. Answer me.
I won't do that to my father.
You've got to.
I won't do that to my father!
The only way for Charlie to live is for this to come out. What I'm thinking is that we'll tell the judge that Charlie told you what happened that night, and then you could tell it on stand.
You know what you're asking me to do. My poor baby. My poor sweet baby boy.
Now don't tell me what the goddamn question is. If you take your ass down to that goddamn trial or that court and say any goddamn thing about this, I'm throwing your ass out in the street.
You basically threw your son in jail.
I tell you what, goddammit, I didn't raise no fucking faggot. It's probably all your goddamn fault. He's that way.
He's still your son.
I ain't my fucking homosexual son. I've worked all my goddamn life to get where I am.
It's not about you.
That boy can fucking die in the electric chair before I fucking let anybody know my damn son's a fucking queer.
You're sick.
I'll knock the shit out of you.
You're sick. He's not the one that's sick. You're the one that's sick.
You call me sick again and I'll knock the fucking taste out of your mouth.
You're sick.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Wait here.
Oh.
Just tell me what to say. I want to save my son's life.
I call Charlie's mother, Carol Williams, to the stand.
Objection, Your Honor. I request an offer of proof. Otherwise, this man's whole family will be on the stand.
Approach the bench.
Your Honor, this woman was not present the night of the murder.
What is she going to say on that stand that's going to add substantively to your client's defense?
Your Honor, there's a difficult circumstance here.
I have discovered that my client has a homosexual disorder. He and a friend...
I can't hear this from you. I need to hear it from a witness. Now, how does she know about it?
Charlie told her.
This is a waste of time. It's hearsay.
Your Honor, this falls under the catch-all exception to the hearsay rule, which states that if there's no other way for evidence to be introduced, and the evidence is crucial to the determination of guilt...
No, it doesn't, Counselor. If your client so chooses, he can take the stand. Now, there's another way for new evidence to be introduced.
Your Honor, my client cannot bring himself to talk about this on the stand. Please consider the circumstances.
It's hearsay.
Please, Your Honor.
I can't.
It's not a tactic. This is the truth.
Then you're going to have to find a way to introduce it at an appeal.
Please reconsider. I'm begging you, Your Honor.
Call your witness, Counselor, or rest your case.
Have you any witnesses to call?
No, Your Honor. Defense rests.
Gentlemen, the question before you is simple. How much evidence is enough? Confessions, police, 6 eyewitnesses. My friends, if you cannot convict Charles Williams, Jr. on the evidence presented, then there is something deeply, deeply wrong with our legal system.
Gentlemen, somebody beat this young man. You can't doubt that. The question is, who did it? If the police did it, then that confession could have been coerced. If Pat Sullivan and his friends did it, then Charlie could have been acting in self-defense. Somebody is lying. One of them is lying. Can you trust a witness that lies? More importantly, can you convict Charlie Williams of murder in the first degree on the testimony of a liar? I'm Charlie's uncle. I've seen him grow from a beautiful little baby into the young man he is today. I know him like I know my own face. He is a wonderful, kind, gentle kid. Now, I know he's not a kid in the eyes of the law, but he is. I'm telling you, as sure as I am standing in front of you, he did not do this. Thank you.
Right there.
You don't have to stay in a hotel, you know. I got plenty of room for everybody. Think about it.
The jury is coming back in.
Charles Williams, Jr., will you please rise? How say you in the case of the state of New York versus Charles Williams, Jr. for the charge of murder?
Your Honor, we find Charles Williams, Jr. guilty as charged by the prosecution.
No, let her go. Carol, listen.
I thank the jury for their time and effort. Charles Williams, Jr., you are remanded to Rikers Island pending sentencing. I hereby close the case, the state versus Charles Williams, Jr.
I demand a new trial. There was crucial evidence that was withheld from this jury. Your Honor! Your Honor! I demand a new trial! Your Honor! Your Honor!
Darling!
Where's my mother?
This is just a procedure. I didn't want her here.
Charles Williams, Jr., will you please rise? Because of the brutality of the crime, which I believe was not just an attack on Patrick Sullivan, but an attack on an entire community, it is the judgment of this court that you, Charles Williams, Jr., be sentenced to die by electrocution no later than midnight on February 13th,
There are appeals.
1958.
This case has got
May
a
the
long
Lord
way to go.
have mercy on your soul.
Don't you lose faith. Do you hear me? Don't you lose faith. Charlie, you're not going to die. Do you hear me? Charlie, you're not going to die. Charlie! Look at me. You're not going to die. Charles! Charles!
Why don't you come with me, man?
Brother Eddie, all right. I know you're gonna do good.
How y'all doing tonight? Thanks for coming out. I was wondering if everyone could say a prayer for my little nephew. He needs it now. Oh God, does he need it?
If I should write a book for you that brought me fame and fortune too, that book would be like my heart and me, dedicated to you. And if I should paint a picture too that showed the loveliness of you, the art would be like my heart and me, dedicated to you.
have needed me to produce an eyewitness. Well, this young man was there that night, and he confirms what I've been saying.
We have several witnesses that say this boy was not even there July 5th.
I know a lifetime could be just one hell.
Well, let's have a retrial and see who's lying.
If I should find...
Please, Your Honor, please reconsider. I'm begging the court. Where is justice when evidence is not heard? He is an innocent man. Please, Your Honor, please reconsider. I'm begging the court.
Would be like my heart and me, dedicated to you.
It's dedicated to you, Charlie Jr.
Charles. It's me, John. Charles. How you doing?
Hey, Charles.
Wait.
Charles, I don't want him in this house.
Wait, Charles. I'm not leaving here.
If I want you out, you're going out.
I need to talk to you. Your son is gonna die. Charles, my options are running out. You could still make a plea to the governor. You could explain to him what he did. What McCulley did. Being a cop, it would mean a lot.
I spent 8 years getting to where I am in the police force.
But you spent 18 years raising your son, big brother.
And I did not raise a homosexual, no matter what you say.
What is that? Are you too damn proud that you would turn your back on your own blood, Charles, for a stupid fucking badge?
Oh, look who's talking. You're a big man now.
Just trying to reach you.
Talking about you're not a Catholic anymore. Talking about jazz music and reefer smoking and bus boycotts.
We don't have time for this,
You know
Charles.
something, Eddie? You never gave a damn what I was trying to build here. You heard what he just called it? He called it a stupid badge.
Didn't mean it, Charles.
This stupid badge lets me hold my head up. I can walk anywhere in this city, any neighborhood. I get respect. This badge is finally what made me part of them.
Oh, well, let's get down to it then.
Eddie,
No. It makes you white, Charles?
As close as I'm going to get.
Charles, we didn't come here to argue with you. We came here to ask you, to beg you, Charles, to please help Charlie.
I'm sorry.
John, I go down to that jail. And I look at Charlie, I look at him hard, I look right through him, and he is not a damn queer. He's all boy.
Charles, we're begging you, Charles. Look, Charles, look. I'm getting on my knees.
That boy carries my name.
Charles, remember when we were little? And you always protected us?
That boy is my seed.
Charles, remember how nobody could touch
That
us?
boy is from me. He's from me.
You could have your family back.
What happened to that hero,
Carol will
Charles?
come back home.
This isn't her home anymore.
It could be the way it was.
It could never be the way it was.
Charles, no.
John, I want you out of here. I want you both out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Please.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Please, Charles.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Got it stayed before. We'll get it stayed again. All right? All right.
Here,
What is this?
it's everything. I wrote it down. I don't care anymore. I'll tell a judge. I'll tell anybody. I just don't want to burn in that chair. It's not too late, Uncle John, is it?
No. No, let me use this. Let me work with this.
Dad was here 3 days ago.
What do you have to say?
You have nothing to be ashamed of, son. Keep your chin up. Can you believe that? Keep my chin up. Oh my God. Oh my God, baby. God. I'm so scared. I know.
Yes, I'm still here. The execution is scheduled for Monday, and I just need to speak to the governor before this weekend. All I need is 5 minutes of his time. I just need 5 minutes of his time. Yes, I'll hold.
Listen to me. What I am saying is that there's a new statement. Listen, our assistant is right outside Judge DeFranco's home. All the man has to do is open the door and take the paper from Counselor Williams' assistant. Yes, thank you.
Also in the news, the execution of Charles Williams, Jr. is less than 72 hours away. Williams, a Negro, was convicted of strangling a young white boy in 19...
Remember that guy last week? 16 minutes he must have gone before finally went out. Shaky. Nasty. Yeah, he's
The judge will see you now.
DeFranco came out and he took Charlie's statement.
And did he say he was going to read it?
Yeah, he said he would definitely take a look at it. He was really nice. He said not to worry.
He's going to read it.
Oh, good.
Thanks, Tim.
Oh, my great.
There's your coleslaw.
Well, you know I like it.
Hold up.
some help down here?
Dear Mama, some of the guards told me about a man who took 16 minutes to die. His skin burnt and turned black. They said his heart wouldn't stop. I'm so afraid. My sickness tempted me, and it destroyed everybody's life. I'm so sorry for my sickness. I'm so sorry for who I am. I guess I deserved what happened. But I know that you didn't. And Daddy didn't. Maybe if I have the courage to do this, it might prove something to Daddy. It might prove that I did something it took being a man to do. It might finally make my father proud. With love, Charlie.
John, I'll tell what happened to a judge. John, I'll tell. I don't care. Just save him, huh? Just save my little boy. John?
There in that motel room, that will always be the darkest day of my life.
Charlie?
My brother Charles died of a stroke 3 years later. I've thought a lot about him lately. He was a man who never took pride in who he was, only in who he wanted to be. Slowly, over the years, I've lost my anger toward him. I feel so sorry for him now. But life went on in its relentless way. I married Anna 2 years later. Carol never remarried.
One day live in a nation where they will not.
And I never knew what it meant to really have a brother until I got to know Eddie again. He is my closest friend. He taught me everything. Where Charles wanted us to fit into a white world, Eddie wanted us to change the world. And the world did change. In 1982, we got involved in the gay rights movement for Charlie. He only needed to be born later, or maybe we only needed to see clearer. And I emerged here 30 years later, marching for another murdered boy, and wondering in the face of it all where my strength comes from, where my faith comes from. It's raw, unstoppable power, a power that gives me the strength at 69 to know I will fight on until my last dying breath.